What's up, my YouTube family? Sergeant Graybeard with the Gaming Brigade, back with another Division 2 video. And as I do every Monday, my friends, today I'd like to take some time, talk about some of the questions you sent the channel, and go over a few of the things that we can expect from the game this week. Now, if you happen to be new here, first of all, welcome. Secondly, feel free to hit that subscribe or join button. We would love for you to be a part of our gaming family. And if you enjoyed this or found it helpful at all, do me a favor and hit that like button. It really does help us out. So the first thing I want to mention really quick is the fact that the current global event Golden Bullet ends tonight at midnight. And what that means is any stars you currently have will be gone by tomorrow. So my friends, make sure you spend them now. They do not roll over to the next event. There's been a little bit of confusion out there due to the fact that we have 4 global events in succession and we've never had that before. So a lot of people have made the assumption that it will just roll from one global event to the next. Again, that is not the case. Spend everything you have today, because by tomorrow, everything will reset. Another question I'm getting from a lot of new and returning players is, does the world difficulty matter when it comes to actually spending your stars? So we all know that you can earn stars on any difficulty in the game at all, and obviously the higher difficulty, the more, XP you're going to get whenever you're farming. However, the main question a lot of you are asking is, are you going to get better loot if your world is set to heroic when you buy these caches? And in theory, it shouldn't matter at all. So to demonstrate that, I'm going to buy 2 caches on heroic, 1 legendary, and 1 named. So starting with the named cache I just opened, you saw I got the Orbit handgun, and you can see right here the thing is completely god rolled. Well, it will be once I re-roll the pistol damage. Now moving on to the legacy cache, you can see that I got a marksman rifle and a backpack. Now I may not be looking for these items at all. However, if you look at the stats, both of them pretty much do scale accordingly to items you'd assume you'd get from opening any cache on heroic. Now my friends, all we're going to do is I'm going to set my world difficulty, as you can see, from heroic to normal, and I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to buy 1 named cache and 1 legacy cache, and we'll see exactly the type of gear that we get. Now, the main reason I wanted to put this together is for people who have reached out to the channel saying, you know what, I always play on challenging difficulty. That's where I buy all my caches. I never thought of upping it, to heroic before I purchased anything. And their fear was that this entire time they've been spending stars on a lower difficulty, therefore getting lesser gear. And my friends, that is not the case. You can see I bought these caches on normal. You'll see in a second as far as the stats go. These are not normal stats, meaning you are not going to get weapons or items like this if you're playing the game on normal. So again, regardless of the difficulty you buy these caches, they should all be pretty much scale with heroic content. Now between us, I always set it to heroic just to be safe, but again, if you make that mistake and don't do it, it shouldn't matter at all. Last but not least, a lot of you have asked, how do you get those Dark Zone exclusive items from the name caches or legacy caches? You've said you've opened a bunch, none of them have been in there. Again, for that, I am very sorry. It is all luck of the draw. Sometimes you'll pick one up, sometimes you won't. The best thing to do is buy as many as possible and hope for the best. Moving on, my friends, I'd now like to talk about matchmaking in the game, and unfortunately a lot of you have reached out to the channel saying no matter what you do, you cannot find a random group to play with when you're looking to do something specific in the game, and unfortunately I've encountered this as well, especially in the summit, where it seems like every time I try to find a group, I've had no luck whatsoever. And as I mentioned a moment ago, for me, I'm encountering that problem when I'm trying to do something specific in the game. So let's say if I don't care what mission I'm running, I try to join a random group on heroic to join a mission, I can usually find one pretty quick, and the same thing with random bounties. However, on the flip side of that coin, if I'm trying to find a group, let's say on legendary difficulty for the Capitol building, let's say for some reason that's all I feel like farming, I want to find a group. So I go over to the mission, I hover over it, I hit, difficulty, choose legendary, go to matchmaking. It will take at least 4 to 5 minutes to find a group if I'm actually able to find one at all. And keep in mind as I say that, it's not just about legendary difficulty. I've been hearing that from all gamers regardless of the difficulty that they're playing, especially in the summit. That seems to be a place where people are really having a hard time finding a group. Now, as always, my friends, please let me know what's going on in your gameplay down below, especially if you've been having these issues for a while. Now, unfortunately, I think this is going to be happening for a little bit, strictly because the game is just super slow right now. Everything got pushed back, so until we get some really tangible info, I'm afraid it may be slow for a bit. And as we move on, also let me know if you're not having any issues whatsoever, if you're able to find a group quickly, there's no problem. And also, do me a favor, let me know what platform you're on, maybe where you are in the world, what time of day you're playing. Again, it could just be luck of the draw sometimes, but I've been hearing it from a lot of players, so it's something I definitely wanted to address. Finally, my friends, I want to talk about survival in regards to the Division 2. And the reason I'm bringing this up is for a lot of players out there, including myself, it's a game mode from the first game that I know a lot of people wish they introduced into the second as well. Now, the reason I bring this up is last week, Lieutenant BUZZLITEBEERS, who, as all of you know, is incredibly well known throughout the entire Division universe. I'm sure all of you are already subscribed to his channel, but in case you're not for some crazy reason, I will leave a link to his channel in the description down below. But anyway, you can see here that what he did is he put out a tweet last week and he tagged Yannick in it, and he was basically saying, you know, his strong feelings in regards to what a great game mode survival is, and it started a big conversation online. Now, because of all the traction this tweet was gaining, Yannick did respond, and he says the following: "Over 500 likes deserves at least an answer, so here it is. I will consider bringing back survival the day I'm 100% confident we can deliver something better than the original." Now, because of Yannick's response, a lot of you reached out to me saying, what do I think? You know, do I think they're going to bring survival to the Division 2? And my friends, at this point, with what's going on in the game and our roadmap and what to expect, honestly, I have no idea whatsoever. Like many of you out there, I was really disappointed when we found out that the future content we were looking forward to got pushed back. Now, we don't know how long it's going to be, and in my opinion, I would much rather have the content get pushed than be launched when it wasn't ready. One example I can give is the Summit, and I know for a lot of gamers out there, including myself, it didn't seem fully ready when it actually went live. Like, I did enjoy the game mode, but it was definitely not what it was today. You know, we couldn't do targeted loot, there were so many different things in regards to leveling and the floors and a bunch of stuff, so they did make a lot of changes post-launch. And trust me when I say, my friends, I would love to see survival introduced into the Division 2, but what I don't want to see is anything rushed. You know what? We've waited so long, I'd rather they just get things right, whatever order that is, I don't care. I mean, the reality is, you know, Heartland could be Survival 2.0, and hopefully we will get some answers soon. And as I start to wrap this video up on the topic of when we're going to get information, you know, I don't think we're going to hear anything that's tangible in regards to the future of the franchise. Look, we all know stuff is happening, that is without a doubt. But as far as the timeline, I think the earliest we can expect to hear something from the game would be the second or third week in January. I really hope they bring back the intelligence annex. I love that thing. It gave us so much information. And as always, as soon as I hear anything whatsoever, I will definitely pass it along. With all that being said, I'm going to start to wrap this thing up. However, as always, I want to take a moment and thank you all for your incredible support of this channel. We should crack 22,000 subscribers today, which is unreal, and I owe it all to you, my amazing Division family. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, if you happen to be new here, feel free to hit that subscribe or join button. If you enjoyed this, do me a favor, hit that like button as well, but most importantly, take care of yourselves, be kind to each other, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks again, everyone.